we can get 50 plus people there, as well as another 40 or 50 that might make their way down to Austin. But yeah, it's a 10 a.m. kickoff for us, 4 p.m. in the UK, so booze will be flowing as long as you've got food for obviously Texas law. And I cannot wait for that game. It is the first final we've been in since 2009. Of course, we don't need to remind everyone we lost that game to United on penalties. Could have won it at the death with Aaron Lennon. And obviously the year before that we were at Wembley and we did lift the cup thanks to Jonathan Woodgate. I want us to win.
Are you traveling this week?
Yeah, I'm traveling on Saturday, so I
get snowed in.
Shut up. I'm coming back Saturday, so I might just live under a rock for the weekend. Bastards.
There you go. That's going to be a long week, man. Waiting for that.
Cries into his beer.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Sam, when we were talking off the cuff before we got started, he was talking about, being a little Spurs sick again, and he was kind of going back and forth with a couple of mates on Twitter. So can you expound on that a little bit? Nobody ever thought we'd really get top four kind of comments that were being made.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? We we're 3 points off.
It's an interesting discussion. So I kind of made whenever we have a match like this, and I sent out my stock Spurs sick tweet, and Mark, our friend Mark, I think he's Windy City Coys, he said, well, it's not like we ever thought we were top four. And I haven't responded to him because I haven't really fully come to grips with how I really feel about it. But the truth of the matter must be that, no, I think I got lulled into thinking that we had that chance. And, we talked earlier, and I went through everybody's sort of remaining fixtures, although we have some tough ones. I mean, even with today's sort of botched attempt, I don't think we're out of it. But again, I was I asked you guys what you think. I was in the mindset that we were improving and that every week was going to get a little bit better, and that we actually, even with not having the team and the squad that the Poch probably wants, that we still could be good enough with our football and our pressing style. So, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think that we're young, and the errors are going to be expected. I think that because we're young, they don't realize how good they can be. And that's when we see these stellar performances that they put out. But it's hard because they're young. It's hard to stay consistent with that. He's a first-year coach. He's probably learned these players about as well as he can at this point. So I think that there's still a little bit of a learning curve that he's going through. Pochettino, that is, with the players, and the players are with him. Not only that, but them getting acclimated to playing football at this level. Bentaleb got a taste, but he was by no means a regular last year. Mason was not a regular last year. Lamella was hurt all of last year.
But is it unreasonable to have that expectation with all that we know this far?
You know what? I don't think it is, because of the teams that are suffering some of the same fate that we were suffering last year. Liverpool, 9 new players are trying to bed in. Well, guess what? Now they're kind of starting to. Southampton, everybody's waiting for them to drop off, but they're not. United, I don't think that they're as good as they think they are. And I think Van Gaal is more of a hindrance to them than he is a help. So you have Chelsea and you have Man City, and everybody knows that they're probably going to be 1-2. Arsenal's hit and miss. It really depends if Sanchez is going to be, and Cazorla basically, are going to be able to carry them the rest of the year into top 4. So you're basically, and Tottenham are no better off, really, at this point than those teams. So it's really a matter of those 5 teams, Tottenham, Liverpool, Southampton, United, and Arsenal, pulling out a baseball bat and seeing who the last 2 are left standing after they get done bashing each other. And I know that we talked a little bit about the upcoming fixture lists, but Simon, I want you to weigh in on this first before we get going. Is it young squad stuff, or do we expect these errors? Pochettino, although we're in a cup final, this is still his first year.
In the harsh reality of daylight after today's game, it's very easy for us to sit here and say, well, we're definitely not candidates for the top 4, but 2 weeks ago and 1st of January, we were saying we were because of the way we were playing. And the West Brom game kind of cemented that a little bit, and we've been winless the last 3 games. But is it a disaster? Absolutely not. It was a narrow defeat against Liverpool. Granted, I think it was sloppy. It was ill-disciplined. It was just a very disjointed game. And today, we said enough about today. So I think we all need to lower our expectations, because I think we just assume that 4th is a God-given right to us when we've only achieved it twice and only once was that fortunate enough for us to get into the Champions League. So, but to Ken's point, if you think about the teams around us, and I've got the table in front of us, so yeah, definitely when we thought after the North London derby, even second was in with a shout, because I think that day City drew to Hull, was that correct? So, they're back on form. Arsenal are showing that they can do the business when they need to, and we're just waiting for that. Is it March when they just drop off and just implode? So that should just be around the corner.
We'll run through them all, but yeah, I'm hoping
think
you're right.
about third through... we'll discount 8th, but 3rd through 7th, there's only 4 points separating. And to Ken's point, anything can happen.
It's not me.
Yeah, that's me.
It's not me.
So if you think about those teams, Arsenal, United, Southampton, Liverpool, us, it's all to play for. And I think you're going to have to look at who they're playing, when they're playing, to determine how things will fall. Anything could happen. I just don't think we should have that high an expectation we can achieve 4th.
Yeah. All right. So I think what we're all sort of agreeing on, not inconceivable, more than likely improbable. Whereas 2 weeks ago we felt like our style of play was probably a little bit more deserving of the possibility, but I mean, it's not insurmountable. So let's talk about what you were just speaking to, which is schedules and situations. So I think that Man United, without question, is the most susceptible of the top 4 of not being top 4, and without question, their fixture list is the worst, the most challenging out of any of the top 6 clubs. Starting with they have Arsenal at home March 9th. Oh, no, that's FA Cup, sorry. They have us at home, critical fixture without question, arguably probably the most important in the next month or so. Then they have Liverpool away. They've got pants fixture, Villa at home. April 12th they have Man City at home.
Tim will win that.
Then of course. Then
winningest coach in Aston Villa history. Not.
But so they go again. Arsenal FA Cup, it's an important fixture. They have us at home, Liverpool away, pants fixture. Then they have Man City at home, Chelsea away, Everton away, and their second to last fixture is Arsenal at home. So they're very susceptible. Liverpool, on the other hand, has, as I go through here, it's not terrible. They got a Man City fixture at home next week. Skip week. Swansea away. Never an easy fixture for them. Then they have their bitter rivals at home, admittedly. They have Arsenal away the following week. And that's kind of about it for them, with the exception of Chelsea away May 9. But Southampton, and I didn't watch all of their match today, but and then really I think Southampton is probably have the easiest of the top 6. So I won't run through their fixtures, but they have the least number of top 4 to battle out against in this last couple of months. So for us, I think our fixtures are pretty well versed. We control our destiny, so to speak, I think. So
yeah. Does it, in the big scheme of things, though, especially with us, does it matter? If you see the teams that we struggle against, and I'm looking at the bottom of the fixture.
That's a great point.
You know what? Leicester, we barely squeaked out Leicester. We barely squeaked out Villa.
Yeah, you're right.
Burnley and QPR we should crush. Sunderland we're done with. Hull City, we play them in May. West Brom, Crystal Palace, we just got beat. God, I don't think it matters.
True. It's sadly true for us. You're absolutely right. I think every fixture, whether it's Hull or whether it's
you got to remember we've had like 15 or not many, but we've had a lot of 2-1 games, so they don't look like blowouts.
Right. Absolutely.
Other than that, 3-0 against West Brom, 4-0 against QPR. Have we had
5-3 Chelsea? That's better.
I mean, I can see us going out and doing the business against United and against City and against Southampton and losing to Swansea and Stoke,
Stoke are on form right now, but we don't play them until May, so anything can happen.
I hope they don't lose.
Sparky Hughes has done a decent job with them this season.
You know, a squeaky bum cup final victory, and momentum. We've talked about it all year, how fine of a line it is, and you just don't know. But we could get some help. We could get some help from other teams, but you're right. I mean, I have confidence
into the station.
What
is that?
That's a toilet in my house. I've already texted the girls. I told them, go to the bathroom now, forever hold your piss. And they didn't do it. Bastards.
The wheels just completely...
Last week we had Martin in a tunnel, and this week we've got everything going.
I may leave it all in. Just fuck it.
It broke my heart. But I gotta tell you, I can't wait to have those guys back on. They're fantastic. I mean,
we got to do something when we're there. That's
we're gonna do something because they're great. I could talk to those guys.
So let's briefly touch on that. Ken, we know, has shelled out his complete fortune to go to the UK in May.
Life savings and then some.
Yeah. And so I've got my ticket on hold. I'll be purchasing it tomorrow, so I will be there for the 9th. No, 16th, and Sam's going to get his done. So hopefully I'll be able to get some tickets for us lads, and it will be one fucking awesome jolly.
That's going to be so much fun.
Yes, it will. Don't you worry. We will be there.
And we'll go back to the club and say, can we get the strings back for our flag, please?
Yeah.
Long story short, we had the flag hung at the lane when Sam was there for the derby, and we've talked about that. Flag came back, no bag, no strings.
Chairman, I fail you all the time.
No, it's not your fault.
I fail you.
I bet they're still flapping around.
The look on my face when you pull that out, you're like,
we're trying to hang it this morning in the pub, like, where are the strings?
I'm like, somebody please just kill me now. Just fucking end my life. I didn't, and I was like, how could they have taken those off? I watched them like string it up. But I guess it wasn't our strings.
Some strings with little duffel thingies on the end of them.
Laced with gold.
When they took it down, one of them was like, yep, I could use these at home. Took it off.
Look, at least I reclaimed your lucky socks. My wife thought they were for her.
Wow.
I had to tell her they were yours. I did. I swear to God, I did.
I will be wearing the lucky socks on Thursday.
Disappointed. She was really disappointed. So.
Right, what's next on the docket, fellas? Tim Sherwood is back.
Oh God, it's not even worth talking about.
Worst winning percentage in Aston Villa history.
He thought he had that in the bag yesterday, didn't he?
He did.
And you know what's funny? Some guy on Twitter, Sam, was he on your timeline? I can't remember. He was like, well, Aston Villa, we have a much better history than Spurs do.
No, it wasn't on mine.
Oh my God!
They did probably up to like 1910.
I've already plenty of idiots on my timeline. I don't need any.
Oh my God! Really?
You just lost 5 followers, mate.
And there's your shout-outs for tonight.
I have a new form of shout-out called the Numpty Award, and I have a numpty to share with you. Harold Hotspur told me to F off when I was so respectful to him, it's disagreeing with him, and this guy's an idiot. Sorry, Numpty Award for Harold Hotspur. Okay, sorry, I'm done. Go ahead.
Oh, there he is. I think I'll. But he's not following me. Nope.
Yeah, I have no respect for a guy that tells me to F off when I was never anything other than respectful to him, and then he blocks me. I mean, sorry. Anyway, sorry. It's a good thing I had about a half bottle of Barolo. I never would have.
Yeah, it's been one heck of a show.
At Hotspur, everyone.
Yes, Numpty. I will Numpty out him later. Anyway, sorry.
So,
What are we? Sorry.
So we talked about Tim.
Dim. No, let's never bring him up again.
Dim of the Sherwood. Hey, the England cricket team is sucking against Scotland right now.
What?
Yes, 2015 Cricket World Cup. It's down under. England are 252 for 4 with 5.2 overs left.
Can't you even call yourself Scottish if you play cricket?
Well, what does that even mean?
It's an un-Scottish thing to do.
It means we've got 252 runs. We've lost 4 wickets. There are 5.2 overs left. Multiply that by 6, so that's 38 balls left to try and score more runs. In a World Cup one-day game, we should be scoring against Scotland certainly over 300 runs, but apparently we're complete